We're seeing very different moods from South and North Korea in response to the Ukraine-Russia crisis, with Seoul quickly joining the international community's plan to impose export controls against Russia, which appears to have Pyongyang support.
We'll also get to Ukraine's response here in Seoul in a moment, but first let's take a look at South Korea's position.
Since Russia's attack on Ukraine began yesterday, President Moon-Jae-in confirmed that the South will participate in global sanctions against Moscow, while the National Security Council expressed strong regret, demanding that Russia immediately stop invading Ukraine and calling for a peaceful resolution through diplomacy. The Council also said it would do all it could to protect South Koreans still in Ukraine, including helping them leave the country. There were still dozens there yesterday. Worries are growing more generally that key South Korean industries could be hurt, including semiconductors and the auto sector. There's concern for imports of crude oil and raw materials too, as with other countries, because of Russia's influence over supply. The knock-on effects could be significant, and it's not like there weren't already inflationary pressures driving up prices. The government here has set up emergency contact lines with South Korean companies operating in Russia and has opened up a counseling office for exporting firms in an effort to minimize the fallout. This country is a major producer of semiconductors, electronics, and other high-tech materials that Russia relies on. All that has to be balanced against what Ukraine's going through, with President Volodymyr-Zelensky appealing to the democratic world and asking global leaders for support.
And earlier, Ukraine's new ambassador to South Korea addressed the media, having just started in the post.
We call on the international organizations to provide us with humanitarian assistance and register all cases of violation of the norms of international humanitarian law.
A bigger immediate issue might be how North Korea will respond. In the build-up to Russia's invasion, the North's foreign ministry released a column accusing the US of isolating and weakening Russia, while referring to Russia's position as legitimate. The Russian embassy in North Korea also announced yesterday that it had held an event a day earlier to celebrate Russia's Defender of the Fatherland Day. Embassy staff placed wreaths at Pyongyang's Liberation Tower and visited other sites commemorating the relationship between North Korea and the old Soviet Union. It was also significant that the North Korean military took part in the event for the first time since the pandemic, with Pyongyang seemingly keen to demonstrate its solidarity with Russia.
But what does that mean for North Korea's own provocations?
Pyongyang already recently hinted it would return to ICBM and/or nuclear testing for the first time since 2017. North Korea may see this as a good time to take advantage, even if any such move is bound to add to global tensions. Although we should also consider that Ukraine's plight will hardly encourage the North to agree a denuclearization deal and give up weapons of mass destruction. North Korea will be aware that the US, Russia and Britain pledged to offer security assurances to Ukraine in return for its handover of all Soviet-era nuclear weapons under the 1994 Budapest Memorandum. In other words, why give up the insurance policy, keeping the US and other perceived enemies wary?